Grandma, why do you always smell kind of funny? Lily, a bright-eyed 7-year-old, didn't mean to hurt anyone. She whispered the question to her mom after visiting her grandmother. Kids, they're honest in the most innocent way. But that one tiny sentence shattered something inside Eleanor's heart. Eleanor is 72. She's lived her whole life tidy, clean, and proper. Every corner of her home is spotless. Her clothes are always crisp. She bathes daily, shampoos, keeps herself as fresh as she can. And yet, her own granddaughter doesn't want to hug her anymore. That day, Lily sat all the way on the other end of the couch. When Eleanor leaned down for a kiss, Lily turned her face away. She kept avoiding her grandmother's arms like something wasn't right. That night, Eleanor lay in bed, eyes wide open in the dark. One question kept echoing in her mind. Is it true? Do I smell like an old person? Here's the hard truth that no one likes to say out loud. The answer might be yes, but no one explains why. My name is Dr. Robert Miller. I'm a geriatrician, 77 years old. For over 50 years, I've worked with thousands of seniors across this country. And today, I want to share something most doctors stay silent about, either because it feels too awkward or because they simply don't know where to begin. There's a particular scent that often comes with aging. It's not strong, it's not dirty, but it's noticeable. Enough that children, grandkids, and even strangers might hesitate to come close. The saddest part? 99% of older adults don't even realize the smell is there, but younger people, they notice right away. Still, they won't say anything, not because they're rude, but because they love you, because they're afraid of hurting your feelings. So like Eleanor, many seniors begin to notice small signs, but don't understand what's happening. Why don't the grandkids sit close anymore? Why does my son crack the door open the moment I leave the room? Why do I feel this quiet distance, even when no one says a word? Let me be absolutely clear about one thing. This has nothing to do with laziness. It has nothing to do with being unhygienic. I've met seniors who are meticulous, spotless from head to toe, and still, they face this issue. Not because they did anything wrong, but because as we age, the human body changes, and those changes bring a new scent. After 60, our bodies begin to slow down. Sweat glands don't work the way they used to. The oils on our skin, called sebum, start to change. And inside that sebum is a compound called 2-non-enol. It sounds like something from a chemistry book, but it's the main culprit behind that musty, slightly stale smell, like a room that's been shut too long. Then there's dry mouth. Seems like a small thing, but it can make your breath noticeably worse. That's why, even if you shower every day, wear fresh clothes, and spritz on perfume, that smell still lingers. Sounds upsetting, doesn't it? But here's the good news. The old person smell is not a life sentence. In fact, with just a few gentle changes to your daily routine, you can reduce or even eliminate it completely in just a few days. You don't need fancy products. You don't need expensive sprays or spa treatments. You don't even need to leave your home. What you do need is to understand your body and to care for it in a gentle, thoughtful way. In this video, I'm going to walk you through it, step by step, from one senior to another. No judgment, no pressure, just honest advice from someone who's been there. So you can hold your grandchild again without fear, sit beside your loved ones without worry, and walk into a room with confidence, knowing no one's whispering about how you smell. You are not alone. And yes, you can change this, starting today. Now, to understand where this scent really comes from, we need to look at 3 quiet but powerful changes that happen inside the body as we grow older, changes that most people never notice. But trust me, once you understand them, everything will make sense. And best of all, every single one of them has a solution. 1. You sweat less. Sounds like a good thing, right? Most people think less sweat, less smell. But the truth is, sweating is your body's way of cleaning itself every single day. Back when you were younger, your body worked like a house with good ventilation. Sweat helped flush out what your body didn't need: bacteria, salt, waste. But after 60, sweat production drops dramatically. For some, it's cut in half. And when that happens, those toxins, they don't go anywhere. They stay. They cling to your skin, settle into creases, and create the perfect home for bacteria. The result is a subtle, musty scent that slowly develops over time. It's not because you're dirty. It's like a room that's been closed up all week. Stale, not filthy, just lacking airflow. 2. Your skin starts producing a different kind of oil, containing something called 2-non-enol. I know, that sounds like science class, but imagine it this way. When you were young, your skin was like a fresh field after rain, clean, open and breezy. But as we age, that field gets drier. your skin starts releasing a new kind of oil, especially around your neck, back, and chest, where oil glands are more active. 2 non-enol has a very specific scent, a bit grassy, a little greasy, hard to describe, but once you've smelled it, you'll always recognize it. Here's the tricky part. You can't smell it on yourself. And unfortunately, perfumes and lotions don't mask it. Sometimes they even make it worse, like spraying air freshener in a damp, musty room without opening the windows first. It just layers the smell instead of clearing it. 3. Something few people talk about. Your mouth gets drier. Have you noticed? After 60, you might feel the need to sip water more often. You wake up with a sticky mouth or a dry throat. That's because your saliva production drops to about half of what it was when you were younger. And saliva isn't just there to help you swallow. It's your mouth's natural cleaning system. It rinses away bacteria, balances pH, and keeps your breath fresh. When your mouth is dry, bacteria throw a party, especially on the tongue and between your teeth. So even if you brush every morning, people might still step back a little when you talk closely. It's not poor hygiene. It's just your body running on a different rhythm now. These 3 changes, less sweat, more skin oil, and a dry mouth, might seem unrelated. But when they come together, they're exactly why many older adults have a certain scent. And here's the most important thing. It's not your fault. Your body isn't failing you. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to at this stage in life. But now, let me show you how to ease those changes, gently, without anything complicated. You won't need expensive sprays or treatments. You don't need to change your entire routine. You just need to focus on 3 small areas that most people overlook in their daily shower. After understanding how aging changes your body, you might still wonder, but I shower every day. I shampoo. I scrub. So why do I still smell? You're not the only one asking that. I've met plenty of older folks, neat, careful, cleaner than ever before, who are still quietly confused. And after working with thousands of seniors over the years, I've come to realize something important. It's not about how often you bathe. It's about the places you might not be reaching. There are 3 areas on the body most people miss. Not because they're careless, but because these spots are small, hard to reach, or no one ever told them they needed attention. The good news is, once you know where they are, you can fix it. Starting with your very next shower. The first place? Anywhere your skin folds. When we're young, our skin is taut and smooth. But as we age, the skin softens and begins to fold gently. Around the neck, behind the ears, under the arms, around the belly button, between the legs, behind the knees, inside the elbows. These spots are warm, quiet little pockets. And bacteria, they love that. Even if you wash well, if you don't dry those areas thoroughly, the lingering moisture will invite odor to build slowly over time. I'll never forget Sarah, 66 years old. She told me once, during a chat, "Doctor, I shower every morning. I never thought I smelled. Until you told me to gently scrub behind my ears and under my breasts. I tried it for a few days. And my granddaughter hugged me so tightly, just like when she was little, I nearly cried." Then we have the hairy areas, and I don't just mean the hair on your head. I'm talking about chest hair, armpits, and even the fine hairs around your belly. These spots naturally release skin oils, which mix with sweat and start to build up, day after day. The more hair there is, the more those oils stick around. And even if you wash your hair often, if you don't gently massage your scalp while you do it, the buildup stays like a thin layer hiding quietly, producing odor over time. I remember talking to Mr. Michael, 62. He chuckled and said, "My wife kept saying my hair had this weird smell. Then you showed me how to really scrub my scalp. I started massaging it every time I washed, and a few days later, she couldn't stop sniffing my head. Even my grandkids started crawling into my lap just to play with my hair." And finally, your feet. Small, yes, but powerful. All day long, we wear socks and shoes, locking in moisture with nowhere to escape. Warm, dark, closed off. It's the perfect little hotel for odor-causing bacteria to thrive. Most people just rinse their feet quickly in the shower. But it's those tiny spaces between your toes that often hide the smell. I remember Mr. John, 68. He told me during a checkup, "My daughter-in-law used to crack a window open every time I visited. Then I started really washing between my toes, drying them carefully, changing socks every day, and suddenly, she didn't open the window anymore. She even invited me to sit on her brand new sofa." 3 places, 3 real stories. And all it takes is a little extra care, just a few extra seconds in the shower, a touch more attention, and a bit more kindness toward your own body. The truth is, most people aren't pulling away from you because they don't love you. Sometimes it's just that something's happening silently, and no one ever said why. But now you know. And starting with your very next bath or shower, you can gently shift things back, easily, naturally, and in your own time. Here's something I want you to remember. To ease body odor, you don't need anything fancy. No pills, no expensive perfumes, and absolutely no pushing yourself to do something exhausting. What you do need is a little daily care. Quiet, simple care, from the inside out. And here are 3 gentle habits that can help. If you try them for just 1 week, you may feel a clear difference in your skin, your breath, and even how close your loved ones want to be to you. Habit 1. Drink warm water in the morning. Ever notice how dry your body feels when you wake up? Dry mouth, tight skin. That's your body's way of saying, I'm thirsty. But instead of reaching straight for coffee or tea, try something new. Start your morning with a glass of warm, plain water before anything else. It might sound too simple to work, but trust me, it does. Warm water acts like a gatekeeper. It helps your kidneys and bladder flush out everything your body built up overnight before it lingers and causes odor through your skin. I remember sweet Eleanor, 72. She smiled as she told me, I used to start every morning with coffee, but you suggested I switch, so I tried warm water instead. 2 weeks later, my skin was softer, and my granddaughter said, Grandma, you smell like sunshine. I just wanted to hold her forever. You don't have to count every glass. Just begin with 1 warm cup in the morning and add a few more sips throughout the day. Think of it like watering a garden, 1 gentle sip at a time. Habit 2. Take a walk in soft sunlight. You might think, I'm too old. Walking's hard. But I'm not talking about exercise or power walking. Just a gentle stroll. Maybe a few steps around the yard, the porch, or down the block when the air is still cool. Think of it as letting your skin breathe. Early morning or late afternoon sun is like a soft cloth wiping away the invisible dust on your skin. It helps you sweat just a little, just enough to open a window in your body and let the air flow through. Fred, 75, used to avoid walking altogether. He was thin and his knees hurt, but he gave it a try. Just 10 minutes every morning. He told me just breathing, letting the sun hit my shoulders, it made me feel alive again. And the funny thing, that old person smell, it just faded. If you can, try walking before 9 a.m. or after 4 p.m. when the sun is kind and gentle, like a warm hand on your back. Habit 3. Shower every day. But skip the hot water. A daily shower is one of life's little joys, isn't it? That warm stream rolling over your skin. So comforting, so relaxing. But if the water's too hot, it doesn't just wash away dirt. It strips away the natural oils that protect your skin. Think of your skin like a delicate fabric. If you wash it every day with scalding water, it becomes stiff, rough. And oddly, it starts holding on to odors longer. So instead of a piping hot shower, try lukewarm water, about the temperature of freshly brewed tea. Warm enough to feel good, but not so hot it burns your skin. And if possible, once a week, soak in a warm bath for 15 to 20 minutes. That soft heat helps open your pores, gently drawing out old bacteria and buildup that's been hiding in your skin's quiet corners. And don't forget, after you bathe, dry off thoroughly, especially the folds of your body, behind the ears, under the breasts, between the toes, because damp skin is like a towel left in the corner, quietly collecting odor. 3 small habits, just a few extra minutes a day. But the change? It can be huge. Not only will you feel fresher and more confident, but the people around you will feel the difference too. They may not say it, but they'll come closer, linger longer, hold you tighter. And isn't that what we all want? To feel comfortable in our skin, and even more to be close to the people we love? You've probably heard the saying, you are what you eat. But maybe no one ever told you this. You smell like what you eat too. Our bodies, especially as we age, are like gardens. What we feed them shows up in every cell, every drop of sweat, every breath we take. And sometimes, just by changing a few things on our plate, we change the way people feel when they're near us. Tip 1. Eat antioxidant-rich foods to clear the rust from the inside out. As we grow older, our bodies are like machines that have been running for a long time, slowly, quietly gathering rust. This rust is called oxidation, and it's what makes skin look dull, breath feel heavy, and body odor more noticeable. But here's the good news. Nature gave us its own cleaning solution. They're called antioxidants, and they're everywhere. In apples, tomatoes, berries, brown rice, oatmeal. I remember Mr. Paul, 79. He once asked me during a checkup, "Doc, is there anything cheap and simple I can eat to smell better?" I just smiled and told him, 1 apple, 1 tomato, every day. 2 months later, he called me, voice shaking a little. My granddaughter hugged my neck and whispered, "Grandpa, you smell like morning sunlight." Doc, I almost cried. That's the magic of simple food. Fresh fruits, whole grains. These don't just clean you from within. They give off a natural glow, a scent no perfume can match. Tip 2. Use garlic the right way. Strong smell at first, but long-term odor control. Sounds strange, right? Garlic, famous for its strong smell, is actually one of your best tools to reduce body odor. Yes, raw garlic can make your breath intense, but when cooked or combined with other foods, garlic becomes a natural deodorizer from the inside. It helps kill off odor-producing bacteria in your blood and skin. And you don't need much, just 1 or 2 small cloves a day, stir-fried with veggies tossed in a soup or baked with meat. Gentle, subtle, powerful. Think of garlic like an old friend. Maybe not the sweetest scent, but always loyal, always protecting you in quiet ways. Tip 3. Eat water-rich fruits and veggies to cleanse from the inside out. Would you clean your house by just wiping the outside without ever rinsing it from within? Well, your body works the same way. If you don't drink enough water and skip fresh produce, toxins inside your body may try to escape through your skin. Fruits like cucumbers, tomatoes, and watermelon may seem like simple thirst quenchers, but they actually help your kidneys run smoothly and keep your skin from breathing out odor. I once gave this advice to Nancy, 68, during a checkup. Try eating half a cucumber and 1 tomato a day. Just that. She nodded politely. 3 months later, she came back grinning ear to ear. My daughter said, "Mom, that old person smell is gone, and I swear, I felt 10 years younger." If raw veggies aren't your thing, blend them into a smoothie. Easier to swallow, gentler on digestion, and surprisingly refreshing. And lastly, cut back on coffee, alcohol, and fried foods. I know, that morning cup of coffee, that evening beer, they're little joys. But they're also water thieves. They dry out your skin, part your mouth, and silently increase body odor. Then there's fried food and greasy meals. These slow down digestion, build up toxins, and before you know it, your skin starts speaking up. I once met Margaret, 77. She said, "I skipped breakfast my whole life, but you suggested oatmeal and fruit, so I gave it a try. And you know what? My stomach felt lighter, and suddenly, my grandkids weren't keeping their distance anymore." Try swapping your coffee for herbal tea, your fried foods for steamed veggies, your wine for warm water. You'll feel lighter, smell fresher, and notice that the people you love start coming a little closer again. It's not complicated. With every meal, just ask yourself, am I refreshing my body today or weighing it down? Because your body is your home, and food is the fragrance that fills it. Now, have you ever noticed, even when you shower regularly, eat clean, wear fresh clothes, there are still moments when someone gently steps back while you're talking. At first, you think maybe they're just tired. Maybe they're distracted. Maybe it's a generational gap. But deep down, something feels off. And the truth is more delicate than we think. Sometimes it's our breath. The hard part is others can smell it, but we can't. And it's only when a grandchild hesitates to cuddle or a loved one turns their face slightly away when you speak that you begin to wonder, is it me? I'll never forget Linda, 73. Her voice trembled as she shared, "My granddaughter always stepped back when I told her stories. I thought maybe she was tired of me, but it turned out my mouth was just dry, and I never realized." The cause isn't laziness. It's not lack of hygiene. It's simply the quiet changes that happen with age. Think of your mouth as a little room. It takes in everything, every day. Food, air, bacteria. When we're young, that room has a fantastic janitor, saliva. It quietly washes away germs, keeps things fresh and balanced. But after 60, that janitor slows down. Saliva production drops by nearly half. The room doesn't get cleaned as often. Bacteria begin to grow, and your breath starts to shift. The good news? Now that you know, you can fix it, starting with your very next routine. No fancy products needed, just 3 simple steps and the results can be profound. Step 1. Brush your teeth like you're washing your face. 3 times a day, not just morning and night. Add 1 more brushing after lunch, because with less saliva, odor-causing bacteria have more time to spread and grow. It's like washing your face in the morning, and then never touching it again until bedtime. Dust builds up, and the smell comes with it. Use a soft bristled toothbrush and fluoride toothpaste, and don't rush it. Brush the gums, the deep corners of your mouth, anywhere bacteria like to hide. Next, each morning when you wash your face, don't forget to sweep the floor of your mouth. That's your tongue. It may seem clean, but your tongue actually holds up to 90% of the bacteria in your mouth. No matter how well you brush your teeth, if you skip the tongue, it's like cleaning a house and forgetting to mop the floors. Sooner or later, the smell returns. Linda, the lovely woman I mentioned earlier, once told me, at first scraping my tongue made me gag a little, but after just a week, my mouth felt so much lighter. My granddaughter started curling up in my lap again, telling me stories. I didn't want to let her go. All you need is a small tongue scraper. You can find them at any drugstore. Use it gently each morning. It takes less than a minute, but the result, it lasts all day. Finally, if your mouth feels dry, bring your little janitor back to work. The easiest way? Chew a piece of sugar-free gum after meals. Look for gum with xylitol. It helps stimulate saliva naturally and protects your teeth at the same time. Think of that tiny piece of gum like a wind chime, gently calling out, "Hey, saliva, time to come back." In just a few minutes, your mouth will feel soft again, calmer, fresher. I often tell my patients, keep a small pack of gum in your pocket or purse. It's so easy, so gentle, but it makes a surprisingly big difference. Beyond those 3 key habits, here are a few small things that make a big impact. If you don't have time to brush after eating, rinse your mouth with plain water. Even that helps wash away bacteria. Sip warm water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. And if you use mouthwash, skip the ones with alcohol. They dry out your mouth even more. Your breath deserves to be gentle and fresh, just like the thoughtful, careful life you've lived all these years. You don't need to change the whole world. Just care for that one small room inside you, and suddenly, the space between you and your loved ones, it gets closer, softer, warmer. Maybe you've already done everything right. You've taken care of your body, you've showered with care, you've eaten well, you've kept your breath clean and kind. And yet, sometimes you still notice a family member standing just a little farther away. They may not say anything, but you feel it. And you wonder, what am I still doing wrong? But here's the truth. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just that some places, quiet places, can hold on to scent without us even knowing. Odor doesn't just come from your body. It comes from where you live, where you sleep, and what you wear every day. 1, underwear and socks. The sponges we don't think about. Did you know that the clothes closest to your skin, especially underwear and socks, act like little sponges? Day after day, they quietly soak up sweat, oils, and bacteria. Even if you stay home, even if you don't visibly sweat, your body still releases moisture, and when we re-wear something because it looks clean, scent slowly builds up without warning. The solution isn't complicated. Just choose cotton fabrics and change them daily. Think of it as giving your skin a fresh breeze. Like changing your bed sheets, this tiny act can leave you feeling fresh from the inside out. 2 pillows and blankets, where your skin leaves behind scent memories. We spend almost a third of our lives in bed, and your pillow, though it seems harmless, is where your skin and hair leave little traces night after night. Even if you can't see it, over time, your pillow becomes a quiet record of your body's scent. I remember Linda again, now 75. She said to me, "I bathe every day, but my daughter kept saying my room had a strong smell. Once I started washing my pillowcases and sheets weekly, no one said a word. In fact, they started hanging out in my room again." If you can, lay your pillows and blankets in the morning sun. Sunlight doesn't just dry them. It's like a golden cloth, wiping away what the eyes can't see, cleaning the bacteria that lingers in silence. 3. Shoes. The silent jar of trapped scent. We wear shoes every day, and whether it's hot or cool, our feet still sweat. That sweat doesn't just disappear. It sinks into the fabric, into the soles, turning your shoes into a quiet container of odor. If you wear the same pair all week, it's like sealing a jar of water and leaving it in a dark closet. When you finally open it, the smell rises up like a ghost no one expected. I remember Mr. Paul, 69, sharing this with a laugh. "I wore the same old shoes day after day, One time my grandson came over and sat near my feet, and I felt so embarrassed. Now I rotate my shoes, sprinkle in some baking soda at night, and leave them in the sun once a week. The smell vanished. And my grandson, he fights to sit near me again. You don't need new shoes. Just give the ones you have a break. Let them breathe. They're just like us. Sometimes we all need a little sunlight and rest. 4. The bedroom. Like a sealed glass jar with no escape. Now imagine this. A room that stays shut all day long. No fresh air. No breeze. No movement. Even if you are clean, after a few hours, the scent from your body, your food, even your bathroom, all settles in that space, like stagnant water. You might not notice it because it's your space. But a guest walking in, they'll notice right away. Fred, 71, once chuckled and told me, I used to hate opening the window. Too cold, I thought. But when my daughter-in-law kept cracking the window open every time I walked in, I felt embarrassed. Now I open it myself every morning and evening. And you know what's funny? They don't open it anymore. They just sit in my room, laughing, talking, like it's the coziest spot in the house. Just 10 minutes. Once in the morning. Once in the afternoon. A gentle breeze, and your room feels fresh, like a new beginning every single day. Yes, keeping your body clean is essential, but keeping your space clean, that's the full picture of self-care. And here's the best part. You don't need anything expensive. You don't need to chase trends or buy fancy products. Just wash your pillowcases, air out your shoes, change your clothes, open a window. These small acts, they are whispers of self-love. Gentle reminders that you still deserve comfort, warmth, and connection. There's something I want to say clearly from the bottom of my heart, and with the deepest respect. Having a scent as you age doesn't mean you're dirty. It doesn't mean you've given up. It simply means your body is changing. And change is something everyone goes through. You might not sweat like before. Your skin releases different oils. Your mouth feels drier, even if you drink plenty of water. But if we let those quiet changes create distance, if we allow them to come between us and a hug, a gentle touch, a whispered word from someone close, that would be a real loss, wouldn't it? Because you don't deserve to be pulled away from. You deserve to be held. Do you remember Eleanor? Her granddaughter once pulled away from a hug just because of a scent Eleanor didn't even realize was there. But then she started making small changes. She drank warm water in the mornings. She walked gently in the morning sun. She carefully dried the parts of her skin she used to forget. And one day, her granddaughter ran into her arms, and this time, didn't let go. Or Paul. He simply started rotating his shoes and adding a few apples and tomatoes to his daily meals. And then his grandson said something that made him pause. Grandpa, you smell like sunshine. Linda began scraping her tongue each morning and chewing sugar-free gum after meals. After just 1 week, she told me, I don't just breathe easier now. My granddaughter leans in to whisper stories again, just like when she was little. And Fred, who used to dread the cold breeze, now he opens the window every morning, and he says something I'll never forget. When the window opened, my heart opened too. You see, it doesn't take much, just a few small shifts, done with care, with love. And suddenly, a whole world returns to you. No medications, no spa days, no expensive perfumes, just small daily habits rooted in kindness toward your own body. And this isn't a sacrifice for others. It's a gift you give yourself, a way to feel close again, to feel more confident, to live more fully. You deserve to walk into a room with your head held high. You deserve tight hugs, kisses on the cheek, long conversations with your grandkids, no explanations needed, because you are not a burden. You are simply a flower, entering a season that asks for a little more care, so your fragrance can linger beautifully in the lives of those you love. And if you've ever wondered, is it too late to start? Please remember this. The sin of aging is not a period. It's a comma, an opening, an invitation to a new chapter of self-understanding, quiet self-love, and deeper connection. Before you leave this video, I want you to know something. You are not alone on this journey of self-care. We're here with you every week, sharing small truths that touch the heart. And if even just one part of today's story made you feel understood or gave you a spark of motivation, I ask you one small favor. Leave a comment below. Share a memory with your grandchild. Tell us one new habit you're trying, or simply write, I've started. Who knows? Your story might inspire someone quietly reading. And maybe, just maybe, you'll receive a kind message in return from someone your age on the same journey who also wants to live closer, softer, and sweeter. If you found this video helpful, please click like. It lets us know you love more stories like this one. And if you'd like to keep walking this path with us, click subscribe and turn on the little notification bell. We won't flood your inbox or send ads. We'll just be there every now and then with something kind, something useful, something gentle, because you deserve to be heard. You deserve to feel connected, and you deserve to feel that even now you're still fresh, close, and fully alive every single day. We're honored to be walking this journey with you.